What is going on, everybody? So we have a little bit of an update for everyone today, following up on that video I made a couple days ago talking about freaking Diablo 4 and all the crap that they've been going through. So before we get into anything, it appears like the PlayStation Network is down. Unfortunately, I know my girl right now is pretty upset about that because she's been waiting to play D4, and sure as shit, she cannot actually do that. But this time it does not appear to be Blizzard's fault whatsoever, and is really mostly Sony's fault, and hopefully they can get that fixed before the end of the weekend, because people are finally home and want to play their freaking games. I guess we'll find out. Now, before I go into the dumpster fire that is Diablo 4, I want to actually talk about a game that I play a lot, and anybody who is not new to my channel would already know that I mainly make content on Diablo 2 Reimagined because I happen to be a huge Diablo 2 lover and I love the mod Diablo 2 Reimagined. Well, I have good news for those people who have been waiting to finally play 2.0 of D2RR, and that news is the 13th. We only gotta wait until the 13th, and we're finally gonna get our hands on Diablo 2 Reimagined 2.0. And I don't know about anybody else, but I am very much looking forward to it and cannot wait to get into that. And as soon as that happens, the moment that goes live, it's gonna be bye-bye D4 and hello to D2RR, because this freaking season has just been ridiculous, and they should have just named it the Season of Bugs, because that's what it really is. Now, to continue on with that, there is a couple things I wanted to talk about with D2RR, and that is they made some quality of life changes that look pretty good, and they are ones that I have not covered in my patch note videos yet. Also, by the way, if you're interested in knowing what things have changed for Diablo Reimagined 2.0, you can go back to my channel, scroll down a little bit, you're gonna find yourself about 4 different videos that are all about 30 minutes long or more, telling you every change that's coming up in Diablo 2 Reimagined. For the moment, I want to skip forward in this trailer, which, by the way, you can go and watch this trailer for your own if you want to, and I would definitely say Scotty knows mods, dude. This guy is cool. He's a good dude. I know a lot of the community over there on Discord, great people. Please sub to this guy's channel. He has 70 subscribers, and he definitely deserves way more than 70 subscribers. Please, I'll put a link down below. Please just hit him up. So let's go ahead and talk about some of these new items that are looking pretty cool. So we get an Orb of Shadows, and that right there is going to make an item into an ethereal item. So if you are somebody that has found something and you want to make it ethereal, you can finally do it. Also, I like this over here. We're getting an experience potion, which is going to grant you 250% experience for 30 seconds, which is going to be really good, especially for this version of Diablo 2 Reimagined. The reason being is because, as far as I know, and anybody over there that might be watching this, if you want to correct me, any of the modders over there, please feel free. But as far as I remember, we are going to have to start all over and cannot transfer our saves from the other version of Diablo 2 Reimagined. So now we are going to have to re-level everything, and this potion right here I was happy to see in the trailer, because now that's going to make it just a little bit easier. But I guess it really is just going to depend on what the drop rate is for this stuff, and usually it's not all that high, and you're mostly not going to be getting it until you get into terror zones. But my assumption would have to be that you should be able to find these in terror zones for normal and for nightmare as well as hell. Up next, the other thing I really wanted to talk about was Orb of a Semblance. This one I was not really expecting and seems to have a lot of potential. I'm really looking forward to this, because this will give you, because what this is going to do for you is if you cube this orb with a rare item, it will upgrade to a set item. And I personally, because I need to finish my full sets reimagined video series, this is going to help me out a lot. And that was one thing I was very hesitant with when it came to Diablo 2 Reimagined 2.0, because I really did not want to have to start all over on the grind that is finding all of the set items in Diablo 2 Reimagined. But now we have this, and that should make my life quite a bit easier. So hell yes, I will take that. Up next, we have the Find Magic Potion, and this is going to give you 150% magic find for 30 seconds, which again, just like the experience potion up here. So I guess it really is, again, just going to depend on whether or not you can find this regularly, or if this is going to be hard for us to find. Because if it is hard to find, you might be better off just doing the infinite magic find glitch and just playing the game that way. And if you don't know what that is, you could probably hit up Mr. Llama's channel. I guarantee he has a video on it, and he will get you hooked up with how to do that. And then lastly here, in terms of these new orbs that we are getting, the Orb of Infusion is something I'm very excited about as well, where you cube this with a white item or magic jewelry to upgrade it to rare, which is great, because in my mind, what I'm thinking is okay, if I find a bunch of these and I have some of these, then I can take an item that's white or just blue magic and put it in there, upgrade it to rare, and then I can upgrade it to set. So I am very much enjoying that. Or if I want, I could just easily turn around and cube it with a rare item up here and then just make it into a unique. So this is just going to make it even easier for people to find the uniques and the set items that they need to continue building their character, and that is great. Now I do see a little bit of Path of Exile 2 influence here, but I am fine with that because I do like PoE 2. I'm sure a lot of you do too. I just happen to be a Diablo player since I'm old. I love playing Diablo, and preferably I would continue to play Diablo if Blizzard wasn't up their own ass. And up next, I just wanted to go ahead and play this part of the trailer, because when I saw this, I literally went on the Discord and was like, bro, this is the best thing that I seen in the trailer. This is fire. Thank God for this. I want to see it again. That was sweet. No longer are you gonna have to drag stuff in here, control whatever into here, and then do everything one at a time. From now on, we can just put all of our jewels and skulls right here, and then we can put it all into the gem bag in one click. That is great. Praise the Lord. And to me, I know it might seem dumb to a lot of people, but to me, this has to be one of the best changes that they're making in Diablo 2.0. But yes, like I said, if you want to see this trailer for yourself, I'm not going to play the whole thing because they deserve the views for this and they deserve the subscribers for this one, not me, because I don't actually work on these mods, so I don't really think that's fair. Go over there to the channel, watch the trailer. Pretty good. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to go ahead and hit that up. And I will definitely be streaming that on the 13th so that I can finally go back to my favorite, Diablo 2. Now, with that being said, I do wish that Diablo 4 had some good news. But unfortunately, it almost seems like the dumpster fire just continues to burn hotter and hotter in regards to Diablo 4. Now, that being said, I will go ahead and tell you the good things that have happened since the last video I made. And that is that those witch glyphs, whatever you want to call them, are reactivated. You can use them again now. They have not fixed the Ring of Mendelin yet. It does seem as though they have actually gone ahead and fixed the Mantle of Mountain's Fury, which, by the way, I think there's something else going on with that unique chess piece, because it is so much easier to play a barbarian, an earthquake barbarian specifically, on a controller than it is on the mouse and keyboard. And I know a lot of people might just be like, oh, that's just a skill issue, bro. And okay, yeah, you know, that's fair. That might be true. That might be true, all right? But the thing is that I've noticed is you will go to hit something and then you need to push another button, right? Because obviously that's how it works when you use two different abilities. You push another button and boom, and the other one comes out. But the thing is you jump forward as an earthquake barb, you hit something, and then you need to hit them with Hammer of the Ancients. But unless you're using the WASD control scheme, what usually happens is instead of Hammer of the Ancients just coming out and causing the explosion to occur, you actually walk a little bit forward. And then when you finally hit with Hammer of the Ancients, nothing happens, because you're no longer in like the trigger area for that explosion. I would like to see them get that fixed, but I guess we will see, and I am not going to hold my breath on that one. Now, also, the armory has been re-established. You can use that again now. But although there has been a lot of hiccups with it, with a lot of people saying that after they finally got it fixed, they went to go change their build and realized that everything that they had previously saved had been deleted, which isn't really that big of a deal, but it does suck, and it is kind of annoying that you're gonna have to go in there and resave every single build that you might have had already put into the armory. I only had 2, so I didn't really care that much, but I can totally see why people who play this game a lot more than me would probably be pretty damn annoyed with having to go through and redo all of that. And I don't know, man. I mean, it's Diablo 4 at this point, so I guess it is what it is. Now, also in regards to Diablo 4, they have had a new event that just started, and that was the Diablo 4 Lunar event. Now, a lot of people are okay with it, like they dig the fact that they can find a resplendent spark, but I have seen a lot of people talking about how it is so freaking boring and lame to just get the endless bag cash that we always get on any event. It seems like we are just repeating the cycle over and over, which to Diablo players, I don't really think should be anything new. And I do understand people's frustration with this, but at the same time, I'm a Diablo 2 player. So, I mean, I've been playing Diablo 2 for years, and all I really get to do is the same stuff over and over, so I don't necessarily care. But I do understand why people would like it if they would actually be able to take some initiative and put something new in their game as a reward other than these freaking caches that we get on everything. It's literally the exact same thing as the Witch Coven, right? It's just the same thing over and over. And again, a little bit annoying, but a little understandable if I'm being 100%, because it is the same crap over and over. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I expect Blizzard to do any better. Now, finally, for this update today, there is one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that is the Diablo 4 forums. So after my last video and after my whole little rant about how I don't understand why they keep putting all of their news strictly on the forums and not actually putting them on the front page of Battle.net, which in my opinion is probably a smarter move, I thought, the hell with it. Let's just go over to the forums and take a look. So here we are at the forums, and I have to say, I feel bad for these people at the forums. Dude, this is pretty damn toxic. Let's go ahead and look over a couple of these posts that I have basically cherry picked, I guess you could say. But most of them are like this. So I'm not going to name the names. If you want to read them, feel free. I'm not trying to like talk crap on individual people. But so this guy pretty much said everything I said in my last video, talking about all the bugs and that the drop rate sucks and what are the PTRs even for? Why aren't you guys actually like testing this stuff before you send it out so there isn't more bugs? Because currently in Diablo 4, it literally feels like there's a bug. They put out a patch which fixes the bug, but breaks other things in the game to cause more bugs. And then they put out a patch to fix that bug, which breaks other things. You get it. You understand what I'm saying, right? So this guy's saying, hey, look, I play like 6 hours a day. I've seen the same issues every single season and yell about the same things. And me too, bro. I feel you on that. Me too. So Blizzard doesn't fix things. I couldn't believe that they finally fixed the loot dropping on summoning altars after 7 seasons. Yes, I remember that. It has been 7 seasons for them to actually fix that. Listen to the people who actually play the game on a daily basis, not the people that just post on YouTube. I don't really care. That's fine. That's a fair assessment, bro. Like, even me doing a YouTube video reading this, okay, that's fair, man. I'm not even gonna talk crap about that at all because yeah, all right, cool, whatever. You don't let console players do the PTR. PTR should be out a whole season ahead. When season 7 went live, 8 should start a PTR, then bugs would be worked out. Bottom line is Blizzard doesn't care and shows no proof of caring at all about the player base anymore. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong, Blizzard, just reply. So directly under that, we have this guy right here who his response to all this is, for God's sake, touch grass, get a life, get friends, get a job. 6 hours a day is absurd. Console players being unable to access PTR isn't Blizzard's fault. To be fair, that is true. I will give him that. PTR has a whole season ahead is idiotic. I don't really think that's very feasible either. I will also agree with that third point, but I can't understand why the other guy would actually want them to be able to do that, because then people who are playing on console, like my girl, for instance, she's going through this crap with the Sony service, but the Sony service is a whole different thing, so I'm not going to touch on that. But I can't understand why this guy would like that, but at the same time, yet again, sorry to repeat myself, probably not feasible. Blizzard employees are not going to come crawling to you to slather you with praise and reassurance about how much they need you and care about you and value your opinion. You sound about 14, sit down. Now, although I can't agree with some of the points of this guy saying, it's like, dude, you're kind of a dick for that, bro. Like straight up, like if you're watching this video, you're a dick for that, man. Like this guy is just talking about a game that he likes. I'm just saying, the reason I'm even reading this at all is they seem to value the people in the forums a lot, because that is where they're posting news, right? That is where they think their community is. And if I was to guess, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if this guy right here actually worked for Blizzard. I would not be surprised at all. Like, I'm like, bro, is this Wyatt Chang or something? You know, like trying to get his revenge for the whole crap that happened to him on stage at BlizzCon all those years ago? Now, obviously that probably does sound a little bit ridiculous, and I'm not saying that is actually true. But what I am saying is I completely understand now why Blizzard does not want to engage with their consumers. If this was you, right? If you owned a business and you went into the forums where your fans are, would you want to be reading shit like this? Probably not. So I can understand that part, but that does not change the fact that all they really seem to care about is money. That is a fact. I don't think any person who plays Diablo 4 can sit here with a straight face and say, no, Blizzard does not care about money. And that's fair because they are a business and they want to make money. I understand this, but I just feel like people may have misunderstood what I was saying in my previous video, because the most important thing I was trying to get across in that video is it feels like Blizzard does not understand that their game is on fire. All right, I had other people comment that were saying things like, oh, you know, I mean, just stop spending money. You know, if the money doesn't come in, that's when they'll finally fix things. And that is 100% fact. But here's the thing. Are you really going to tell me, honestly, are you really going to tell me that they are not losing money right now? Are they making money? Sure. Sure, they made some money, and they just released an expansion, so they might think they're doing a good job. But regardless of this little boost in popularity, the game is effing dying. If you look at the numbers, the player-based numbers, this game has less players than Apex Legends. And Apex Legend YouTubers are straight quitting YouTube or completely not even touching upon Apex anymore because they feel like that game is dying. That game has literal hundreds of thousands of more players than Diablo 4. So my point was never, oh, Blizzard, F you. The real thing I'm trying to get across in that video is, Blizzard, you need to realize that your game is dying currently. And if you want any hope of saving this game for the future, then you need to actually start fixing some of these things, because it will not be a very long time before people just finally start giving up and just not coming back to the game. I would consider myself a hardcore player of Diablo 4. And do you remember what I said earlier in this video? That Diablo 2 Reimagined 2.0 is coming out on the 13th. I can tell you all right now, I will be streaming that game, I will be making my videos for that game, and I will not be playing Diablo 4 at all. There is a higher chance of me playing Path of Exile 2 while I'm playing Diablo 2 Reimagined than there is of me playing Diablo 4. I'm pretty much at the point where I don't even care about D4 anymore, which is totally fine, and I completely understand why other people would feel that way as well. And that wasn't the only thread I saw that actually had this crazy stuff being talked about. I don't understand why you people over here on the forums are just like shit talking each other. I guess that's internet culture. I guess that's what we've become nowadays. It is like, let's just shit talk everybody. And I think people are a little misguided there, because, man, we should all be on the same team. You know, we're the gamers. Like, we should be on the same team. And in fact, here's another thing I wanted to touch on too. I guess there are 2 more bugs that need attention. And this was literally posted 2 hours ago. And I checked it in game, and it is going on. When you launch the pit, do not click yes, because only 3 stones will be written off. If you click yes, 6 stones will be written off. So you're gonna lose rune stones if you just click the yes button. Imagine that, man. Clicking the yes button is gonna cause you to use 6 rune stones when you should have used 3. I hate to go back into this and to sound like a broken record, but again, how the fuck does that even happen? How the fuck you program a game and write it into the code, right? That it's going to be 3 rune stones, you know, per transaction of going into the pit, and somehow it's doing 6 just by clicking yes. How do you not find this shit? And there's even more stuff like that on these forums here. I just don't feel like going into it. I guess we could talk about the cervix rune word. Yeah, in case you guys haven't noticed, there actually is a rune word named cervix. And considering Blizzard's past, it's kind of absurd that they actually put a rune word in the game named cervix. But it is kind of funny that this company that everybody was just trying to cancel about all this sexual deviant crap actually took something and put it into the game, and it's known as cervix, man. Like, come on, dude. I shouldn't have to explain to you why that's a little odd. Who knows what the hell's going on there? But anyways, I do not recommend coming over to this freaking forum, bro. But again, I will actually say that I get why the developers don't want to actually interact with their community, because if I was reading all of this rancid shit between everybody, I probably wouldn't want to be doing that either. Now, is that the right thing? No. Am I blaming everybody? No, I'm not trying to really blame the people on the forums. And I know we will never be able to fix shit like that, because that's just the internet. Even on this video, people are going to be like, you're a crybaby, shut the fuck up. Right? That's going to happen. I know it. I don't care. But the point is, if they don't fix Diablo 4, this game's going to die. It doesn't have much time left. It really don't. Good luck. Anyways, I think I'll go ahead and stop it there. I could talk for further, but I think I've already been talking for like 30-something minutes. Obviously, after I edit that, it's probably end up being like a 13-minute video or something. Thank you for being here. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Also, to all of my old subscribers, I will be picking up the Diablo 2 Reimagined content soon if they were waiting for that. We got rune words that are going to be coming out. And I do need to continue my series with the Barbarian, trying to beat the game with brute force only. Yeah, so that will be coming soon. If you're looking forward to it, I will see you there when those videos drop. And thank any single person, even if you hate my guts, thank you for sitting through this video and listening to me talk. So until next time,